found inside was this, and this, and these.
Once the DPS officer got inside the trailer and started poking around, he found an abundance of different kinds of animals. He had rabbits, cats in cages, chickens in cages. When the DPS officer looked through some of the smaller crawl spaces and some of the plastic boxes the subject had, he noticed that the individual had a whole bunch of alligators as well.
The total count? 32 alligators and 3 desert tortoises, all of which are illegal to possess in Arizona without a special permit. So the animals were confiscated and moved to this facility run by the Phoenix Herpetological Society. They'll care for them there until the courts can decide what to do with them.
So we'll have to hold them as evidence until they give us disposition on the case. If they end up being permanently seized, which, you know, it kind of looks like it's going to be that way, we'll be doing some direct contact with some zoos. See if, you know, since we have such huge disparities in sizes, we can tell them, you know, we've got quite a bit that we can give them, and hopefully we'll get some of them placed like that.
The Herpetological Society cares for unwanted, abandoned, or seized reptiles of every shape and size. Currently, they are housing about 400 of these creatures. It's a volunteer organization looking to do what is best for the animals. Caring for them is a lot of work.
Their life here was better than any place it would have been here, and I'm not taking away from anything, but, you know, that's all we do is the reptiles. We had some with some medical needs, and, you know, there's not a whole lot of people that are going to jump on an alligator and give it a shot.
Now, fast forward to a year later, it's 2006. 20 of the seized gators are heading for a new home, an educational facility in Florida.
They're going to Bushnell, Florida, to a place called Crocodile Creek, which is a educational facility that run by David Day. We've checked him out with Florida Game and Fish, and Arizona Game and Fish has verified he has all his licenses. He does handle some crocodilians. He's very excited about getting these guys. Why somebody in Florida needs alligators, I couldn't tell you.
You know, everything just looks wonderful now. They're all fat. They've got these big, heavy tails at the bases, a little bit of swelling that looks just the way they should, and heavy flesh around the neck. That's always a sign of that they're in good shape. These animals look far better than we brought them in, and that's generally the case when we deal with these guys. They do an excellent job of husbandry.
You know, for these guys and gals that come in and do this, it's really something. You know, trying to talk somebody into going into a cage with a 9-foot alligator, you know, that's not an easy task. You got to have a really certain type of mindset that, you know, an alligator's going to be an alligator, and I've got to just be smarter than something with the brain the size of a pea. Yeah.
So the process of packing up 18 small alligators and 2 very large ones begins. The smaller alligators are placed head to toe in crates specially designed for transporting reptiles. And while it might seem like a tight fit, it really is the best way to ship them.
Reptiles are very, very different than animals, and I think the mistake most people make is they want to treat them like a cat or a dog. And so this would be a very inhumane situation to put a cat in or a dog, but something like a reptile can go for days and days without food. Matter of fact, months without food, without suffering any ill effects. So something like this is just perfectly safe. Matter of fact, this is recommended for a transport. The animal can't move a lot where it would hurt itself or rub its nose raw, and a day or two it's in this box will make no difference.
1, 2, 3. That's it. All right.
Got it.
Now, moving Beefer and Dusty, who weigh about 200 pounds each, was a little more of a challenge.
She's a little bit more cantankerous than the others. What we had to do is coax her out of the pond because we really didn't want to be in that pond because we drained it. And, you know, we can't use any chemicals, so there's algae in there. So we've got to worry about slipping and sliding for the members. And as you could see, she did not want to come out of that pond. She got in a very defensive posture. Andy grabbed her tail, and we kind of drug her up there. And then what we do is throw a towel over their head, and then what you do is you jump on them and you subdue them. What you do is you just wait for them to get tired. And they're pushing and twisting and pulling. And those bony plates on the top are going right into you, and you're just hanging on for dear life. And then Daniel stuck a piece of PVC getting it in the mouth so he could tape it with the mouth partially open. And then, as you can see, she didn't want to let go. Once we got that out, the matter of getting through that cage, we don't have any room to walk around the side big enough, so because of the size of the alligator, you could see that everybody had to pull us up the hill, and Big Andy took a spill.
Oh, we're losing Andy.
Sure, Andy? Anything to take a break. So, you know, that was just one of those, and then walking down here and then get it into the cage and then hold the cage down, because her first reaction is going to be to rear up like a horse, and you know her neck muscles and head muscles are extremely strong, so we don't want to splinter the wood, but we also don't want the lid coming up, because her mouth was open about that far, and if somebody's hand was there, then you've got a problem. We had a real successful transfer day. Nobody got hurt. Nobody's bleeding. The only blood on us today was one alligator got a tooth loose, and that was the only blood on anybody.
Once the crates are sealed and labeled, the alligators are ready to begin their long journey. It starts out with being loaded into a trailer.
And then what we'll do is slide all the way forward so we don't ram it. Easy. Okay.
From Sky Harbor, they will be flown first to Atlanta and then on to Tampa. They should be in their new home in less than 12 hours. This group of gators got a lucky break. They are going to a good facility where they will be properly cared for. But there are a lot of other seized or abandoned reptiles that are not so fortunate. So if you are thinking about getting one of these cute little alligators for a pet, well, Russ Johnson asks you to please think again.
First of all, you're breaking the law, and then when they catch you, they're going to give you a citation. They're going to take your alligator and they're going to bring it out here, and then you're going to pay a fine. And these things are not docile. There's no such thing as a tame alligator. They don't make good pets. I mean, we love our guys, don't get me wrong, but they don't make good pets. So, you know, don't do it. Don't be tempted to bring them back here.